Hello everyone. This is continuation of finding leading order term using Laplace method. In previous two videos we have discussed in detail how to find. In this video we are going to solve some more problems using Laplace technique and we are going to find asymptotic expansion of the given integral. Now this is our given integral. So comparing this integral with the standard form, lower limit 0 is our a and upper limit infinity is our b, and f of t is coefficient of exponential term, that is our 1 by root of sine ht, and phi of t is minus cos ht. Phi of t is minus cos ht. Now we have to find maximum value for phi of t. How to find it? We will differentiate this phi and we will equate to 0. So differentiation of phi of t is minus sine ht. When sine ht is equal to 0, we will have t is equal to 0. So t is equal to 0 means when we substitute t is equal to 0, our f of 0 becomes infinity because sin h0 is 0, 1 by 0 is infinity. So to avoid this condition, we are going to substitute Taylor series expansion for sin ht and cos ht. This we have solved in previous problem also. Same procedure we are applying here. Therefore, our I of x given integral is asymptotic to 0 to infinity. Sin ht leading order term is t to the power 1 by 2. So it is root t. Our coefficient is e power minus x. Expansion for cos ht is 1 plus t square by 2. I am considering two terms because first term is constant. It should be a function of t. So I am having 1 plus t square by 2. Then dt remains as it is. So this is our integral now. Now again a is 0, b is infinity. Our f of t is 1 by root t and phi of t is minus of 1 plus t square by 2. This is our phi of t. Now we have to find maximum value. So phi dash of t is, we are going to differentiate phi of t. Differentiation of 1 is 0. Minus remains as it is. Differentiation of t square is 2t. Therefore, t is equal to 0 will get. Phi dash of t is 0 means minus t is 0. Therefore, t is 0. So again when t is 0, f of t will become 1 by infinity, right? So, to avoid infinity again, I am going to solve this using substitution method. So, I have to remove this root t. To remove or to neglect that root t, I am going to substitute t is equal to u square or root of t as u. So this implies dt is equal to 2u du. When t is 0, u is 0. When t is infinity, u is infinity. So substitute this value here. I'll get I of x is asymptotic to 0 to infinity 1 by root t e power minus x 1 plus u square. T is u square, so I am having u power 4 by 2 into dt. What is dt? 2u. What is u? Root t du. Now root t will get cancelled. Now our f of t is 2. Now our f of t is 2. A is 0. B is infinity. And what is phi of u? Sorry, this is also phi of f of u. Phi of u is minus 1 plus u power 4 by 2. So what is our phi dash of u? Phi dash of u is minus 4u cube by 2. Phi dash of u equal to 0 implies u equal to 0. This is equal to 0 means u is 0. So at u is 0, we are having maximum value. Again, u is 0 means lower limit. Our alpha value is a itself. So this is second case. Remember that also. Don't forget that. Now phi dash of 0 is 0. Now we have to find second derivative also. So what is phi dash of u? Phi double dash of u is minus 6 u square, and my phi double dash of 0 is 0 again. Similarly, phi triple dash of u is minus 12u. Again, when u is 0, phi triple dash of 0 is 0. So fourth derivative is minus 12. It is less than 0. And phi power 4 of 0 is minus 12. We can stop here. P is 4 now. So when we substitute in the formula, what is our standard formula? I of x is asymptotic to f of alpha e power x. Phi of a, alpha is a in this case, minus x, phi of p of a to the power 1 by p, p factorial to the power 1 by p. It is second case, therefore 1 by p into gamma of 1 by p. If we substitute the values of a and p, we will get the solution. What is f of a? F of u is 0. Substitute u equal to 0. Sorry, f of u is 2. Substitute u equal to 0. We will get f of 0 as 2 itself. Therefore, it is asymptotic to 2 e power x phi of a. Substitute u is equal to 0. We will get phi of 0 as minus 1. So this is not 0 now. It is minus 1 divided by minus x. Fourth derivative is minus 12 to the power 1 by 4. 4 factorial to the power 1 by 4. 1 by 4 gamma of 1 by 4. Now this 2 will get cancelled. We can write this as e power minus x, minus into minus, plus x to the power 1 by 4, 12 to the power 1 by 4. We can write this as 4 into 3 into 2. 4 into 3 into 2, and 4 into 3 is 112. Therefore 12 to the power 1 by 4 into 2 to the power 1 by 4 into 1 by 2 gamma of 1 by 4. Just mathematical simplification to cancel these two terms. Now group the powers of 2. 1 by 4 minus 1 is minus 3 by 4. We will get the solution as e power minus x to the e to the power minus x divided by x power 1 by 4 2 to the power minus 3 by 4 into gamma of 1 by 4. So this is our leading order term of asymptotic expansion when x tends to 0. Our next problem is integral of 0 to infinity e power minus xt minus 1 by t dt as x tends to 0. So we can solve this as, see, we should have x into coefficient of some term, right? So we can split this as I of x is equal to 0 to infinity e power minus xt into e power minus 1 by t dt. This is in standard form now. Now what is our a? A is 0, b is infinity. What is f of t? F of t is e power minus 1 by t. And what is phi of t? Minus t. So phi of t is minus t. See, phi dash of t is minus 1, so we cannot find maximum value using that way. But what is our limit? 0 to infinity. So usually we will differentiate phi of t. Phi of t is minus 1 in this case. We cannot equate this to 0 because minus 1 is not equal to 0. So using that procedure we cannot find the maximum value. But what is our limit? T value is from 0 to infinity. When t is 0, phi of 0 is 0. When t is 1, it is minus 1. When t is 2, minus 2. So it will decreasing and it goes till minus infinity. So all these values are negative except 0. Therefore, we are having phi is maximum at t is equal to 0. So when t is 0, we are having maximum value. Also, what is our phi of t? Phi of 0 is e power minus infinity. Phi of 0 is e power minus 1 by 0 is infinity. E power minus infinity is 0. See, this is f. So already we told f of a or alpha should not be equal to 0. So we cannot proceed with this. So whenever we cannot proceed with this, we can go for Taylor series method. Here we does not contain any trigonometric function. So suppose if we consider the integral as this form itself, instead of splitting this way, if we consider in this form itself, what will happen to our integral? Integral of 0 to infinity e power minus xt minus 1 by t dt. We can write it as we can write it as 0 to infinity e power minus x is common t minus 1 by xt into dt. So what is our phi of t? Phi of t is minus t plus 1 by t x. If we differentiate this, what will happen? Phi dash of t is equal to minus 1 minus 1 by t square into x. When phi dash of t is 0, we will have 0 is equal to minus 1 by t square x. So this implies 1 is equal to minus 1 by x into t square. This implies t square equal to minus 1 by x. This implies t is equal to plus or minus root of 1 by xi. So t, we are having maximum value at plus or minus root of 1 by xi. Again, whenever x varies, this phi of t also varies. So it is not a fixed point. It is varying. It is not useful again. Therefore, we are going to solve this using substitution method. So how we are going to substitute? Put t is equal to theta by root x. I am going to substitute t is equal to theta by root x. So what is dt? dt is 1 by root x into d theta. Again, when t is 0, theta is 0. When t is infinity, theta is infinity. So our given integral is asymptotic to 0 to infinity e power minus, we are having minus xt. Instead of t, we are having theta by root x. So substitute x into theta by root x minus second term is 1 by t. T is theta by root x. 1 by t is root x by theta. Therefore, minus root x by theta into dt. What is our dt? 1 by root x into d theta. So this we can write it as, it is asymptotic to 0 to infinity, 1 by root x remains as it is, e power, this we can write it as root x. we are having x. X can be written as root x into root x. Therefore, one root x will get cancelled. We are having another root x. I am taking root x common. What are the remaining terms I am having? Minus theta minus 1 by theta into d theta. So, remember that in place of x, in the general form, in place of x, we are having root x. So, in the formula also, in place of x, it should be replaced with root x. Remember that. Here coefficient is not x, our coefficient is root x in this case. So what is the value of a? A is 0, b is infinity, f of theta is 1 by root x, phi of theta is minus theta minus 1 by theta. So what is phi dash of theta? To find maximum value, phi dash of theta should be equal to 0. So what is phi dash of theta? Differentiation of theta is 1. Differentiation of 1 by theta square is 1 by theta is 1 by theta square equal to 0. So this implies minus 1. If I shift this to LHS, 1 by theta square equal to 1. This implies theta square is equal to 1. This implies theta is equal to plus or minus 1. What is our limit? 0 to infinity. So our value should be plus 1, not minus 1. Minus 1 is out of our region. I repeat. Here a is 0, b is infinity, f of theta is 1 by root x, phi of theta is minus theta minus 1 by theta. To find maximum value, phi dash of theta should be 0. So differentiate this. Differentiation of theta is minus 1. Differentiation of 1 by theta is minus 1 by theta square. Therefore, here we are having plus 1 by theta square. Phi dash of theta is 0. Therefore, this is equal to 0. If I shift minus 1 on RHS, I am having 1 by theta square equal to 1. Just cross multiply, we will get theta square equal to 1. This implies theta is equal to plus or minus 1. Our limit is between 0 to infinity. Therefore, minus 1 is not within the region, outside the region it is. Therefore, we are taking only theta is equal to 1. Now, we are having phi dash of 1 is equal to 0. 1 is 0 here. Minus 1 plus 1 is 0. Find out phi double dash of theta. Phi double dash of theta is minus 1. Differentiation of minus 1 is 0. Differentiation of 1 by theta square is minus 2 by theta cube. When we substitute theta is equal to 1, we are having minus 2 which is less than 0. Therefore, p is equal to 2 now. Now we can substitute in the formula. So what is our formula? General formula. F of alpha. Alpha is 0. E power x. Instead of x, we are having root x. Don't forget, here it should be root x because in the general formula, e power root x we are having. Don't forget this. So, e power root x phi of alpha divided by minus root x to phi of p of alpha to the power 1 by p, p factorial to the power 1 by p. This is, which case it is, our value is 1, our theta value is 1, our interval is between 0 to infinity, therefore theta lies between this. It is not equal to lower limit and it is not equal to upper limit, therefore it is first case, therefore it should be 2 by p, gamma of 1 by p. If we substitute these values, we will get the result and it is asymptotic to e power minus 2 root x root pi by x power 3 by 4 as x tends to infinity. This is our final answer.